Last week, USD/JPY, GBP/JPY, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average reached their convergence points. Congratulations to those who were able to secure profits. Now, let's take a look at the financial market outlook for the week of March 2nd through 6th, 2026. How will the markets move this week? Let's take a closer look. This week's theme is Operation Epic Fury. Before we go further, let us clarify how this forecast is constructed. The projections in this video were based on a statistical convergence model using over 100 weeks of historical data across foreign exchange, interest rates, and 17 global financial markets, with AI-assisted analysis. This model does not predict geopolitical events or policy decisions. Instead, it identifies where prices tend to stabilize over time, while political and geopolitical developments influence the volatility and the path prices take. Based on these statistical dynamics, here's where the market tends to converge this week. The projected convergence levels for this week are: USD/JPY is 155 yen and 18 sen, EUR/JPY is 182 yen and 62 sen, AUD/JPY is 109 yen and 8 sen, GBP/JPY is 209 yen and 83 sen. The Nikkei 225 is 54,832 yen. The Dow Jones is $48,486. 10-year JGB yield is 2.15%. Gold is $5,187. These levels represent statistical stabilization zones, not directional predictions. Now, as mentioned last week, the United States, in cooperation with Israel, has begun airstrikes on Iranian government institutions and military facilities. It has been reported that Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, was killed in these attacks. This military campaign has been named Operation Epic Fury, a name that signifies overwhelming anger. As stated by U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, the strikes were lethal and precise, and can be described as truly lightning-fast attacks. As a result, companies that own tankers navigating the Strait of Hormuz, including Nippon Yusen, have already suspended operations in the area. Although the Strait of Hormuz has not been officially closed, Iranian media reports that it is effectively in a state equivalent to closure. In the short term, prices of crude oil and liquefied natural gas (LNG) are expected to rise. In fact, in after-hours trading, crude oil prices have increased, approaching the $70 per barrel level. Gold has also risen in after-hours indications, reaching around $5,400. Meanwhile, USD/JPY has strengthened toward the yen, moving to around 155 yen and 10 sen. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell by $521 last weekend. Following the news of the Iran airstrikes, during after-hours trading at 4:00 p.m. Japan time on the 28th, saw the index temporarily drop by nearly $600. However, 3:00 p.m. on the 1st March, losses had narrowed to around $300. Judging from these movements, it appears that the financial markets are pricing in this military action with relative calm. Oil prices are also expected to rise only temporarily, and then gradually stabilize due to increased production by Saudi Arabia. As mentioned last week, a long-term closure of the Strait of Hormuz is not realistic. If it becomes clear that Iran's retaliatory capabilities have diminished by consecutive U.S. strikes, there is a strong possibility that conditions will normalize relatively quickly. At the start of the week, Japan's stock market is expected to decline, as investors react negatively to the effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Airline-related stocks such as Japan Airlines, and chemical-related stocks such as Mitsui Chemicals are likely to come under particular pressure. That said, the Nikkei average as a whole may be supported by defense-related stocks, and even if there is a sharp drop, it is likely to remain short-lived. Moreover, Japan is not the only country affected by a closure of the Strait of Hormuz. China, which relies on Saudi and Iranian crude oil for approximately 25% of its supply, faces similar challenges. As a result of Operation Epic Fury, China, already struggling to import oil from Venezuela, will also find it difficult to import oil from Iran, and is expected to suffer severe economic damage. China's envisioned petro-yuan system and the Belt and Road Initiative can also be said to have suffered major setbacks in terms of realization. Looking ahead, there are three main possible scenarios. The first scenario: Iran loses its ability to retaliate, the war ends in the short term, and democratization progresses. The second scenario: the war ends, but Iran falls into a state of anarchy, and instability continues. The third scenario: the war does not end and becomes a prolonged quagmire. On this channel, we estimate the probabilities as follows: 60% for the first scenario, 35% for the second, and around 5% for the third. The first wave of U.S. attacks on Iran is expected to last 4 days, and depending on the results, these probabilities could change significantly. Over the coming days, close attention will need to be paid to developments in Iran. Please note that the market outlook presented here is estimated using a stable convergence model based on statistical analysis. We accept no responsibility for any investment results derived from this forecast. That concludes this week's Global Financial Market Weekly Outlook. Thank you very much for watching until the end.